My name is Jasmine Brody, and you're going global. I'm an agricultural business major from Bone, North Carolina, and I attend North Carolina A&T State University. The first time I studied abroad was in Sevilla, Spain, at the Universidad de Menendez Pelayo through International Studies Abroad. The second time I studied abroad was in San Jose, Costa Rica through the American Institute of Foreign Studies at Veritas University. With both of my programs, I took classes with other U.S. students at the universities there. So my classes abroad, both in Spain and in Costa Rica, were pretty similar. I think it was mainly because I went through 2 U.S. programs, so all of my classes were with U.S. students. The course load was a little heavy, but not too much, because my teachers realized that we were all international students, and they really wanted us to have fun and have a good time and really experience the culture. So it made me want to study abroad. When I was in high school, my high school Spanish teacher, my Spanish 1 teacher, she had studied abroad actually in Costa Rica and in Argentina. And she was kind of young, and she came and she showed us all the pictures and told us all the stories and shared her experience. And so when I came to college, the first semester I was here, I went to our Office of International Programs and told them that I wanted to study abroad as soon as possible. I would say one of my biggest challenges was definitely the language barrier. I had taken Spanish in high school, but I wasn't fluent, so going to a country where, of course, a lot of people do speak English, but a majority of people speak Spanish, it was a little challenging. Also, when you don't speak the language fluently, you kind of, after a while, get a little frustrated, because it doesn't really matter how smart you are if you can't communicate that with people. And so it got a little frustrating at one point, just not being able to communicate my deep thoughts in the native language. So in Spain, they actually, with it being a European country, they do listen to a lot of U.S. music. However, there was a little bit more diversity, so it was your European pop and also a little bit of Spanish music mixed in there. However, in Costa Rica, they listen to a lot of Spanish music, and so I really got to know a lot of merengue songs. My most memorable moment was when I went to Portugal for the weekend. Going to Lagos, Portugal was the most beautiful beach I had ever seen in my life. In Costa Rica, definitely my bungee jumping. I actually got a chance to go bungee jumping off of a bridge when I was studying there, which I will never forget, because it was the most awesome experience of my entire life. I would have to say that for me, I really learned that I was a survivor. In a lot of the things that I did, of course, when you study abroad, you take risks that you probably wouldn't take when you were at home, but you sort of learn that you can survive. You learn that everybody in the world is not a bad person. There are good people everywhere. And you learn that every situation can technically get worse, but at the end of the day, when you survive, you really do feel like a champion and like you really did accomplish something. The advice I would give somebody before they go to Spain or Costa Rica, go, first of all. Definitely, research the culture and make sure that you like it. I loved it, but of course every country isn't for everybody. So research the culture, make sure you like it. Before you go, kind of look at some places that you might be interested in visiting while you're there as well. Even though, don't get too bogged down with that. Make sure you keep yourself open to different experiences when they come when you're there. Especially with Europe, when you go to Spain, traveling around Europe is so cheap. So whenever any of your friends suggest a weekend trip to, Italy, say yes. And same with Costa Rica. Even though Costa Rica is a relatively small country, there's so much to see there. I was there for 3 months, and I feel like I literally just scraped the surface of what there is to see there. And I traveled every weekend. So my future plans are actually to join the Peace Corps, and right now I'm working with my placement officer actually, and so hopefully I'll receive an invitation within the coming month or so. So what made me want to do the Peace Corps is the fact that, first of all, I don't just love to travel, I love to live in new places. Traveling is sort of a part of that, but I love to go to different cultures and just really submerge myself and just try to learn as much as I can about myself and about that country. So that was number one. And then also the chance to give back and help people out. I feel like I've been given so much in life, and I've had a lot of opportunities that a lot of people don't get, especially if they don't live in the U.S. And so just being able to share that with other people who are in need. I know that I'm not going to change the entire world or change an entire country, but if I can just help one person or change one person's life, and then the change will eventually spread. It teaches you that you can survive. It teaches you that you can go anywhere by yourself and do whatever you want and blend in, and you'll be just fine. I feel 100% confident that I can live in probably almost any, especially in the U.S. I can live anywhere in the U.S. and I'm quite positive I can live almost anywhere else in the world just because I've done it before. So I'm going to warn you, traveling is addictive. Study abroad will become addictive. I thought my first time was going to be enough, and clearly it was not. So, disclaimer for all of you out there, your study abroad will not be the last time you travel. So just make sure you take it all in. Don't hesitate. If you want to do it and you think you want to do it, look into it and go.